Sir Mick Jagger, the legendary frontman of the Rolling Stones, has paid an emotional tribute to his former lover, singer and actress Marianne Faithfull, who passed away at the age of 78. Jagger, 81, took to social media to honor Faithfull, describing her as beautiful and a wonderful friend, in a heartfelt message posted on X, formerly Twitter. Sharing two black and white photographs of the pair together, alongside two additional images of Faithfull alone, Jagger expressed his deep sadness over her passing. "She was so much part of my life for so long," he wrote. "She was a wonderful friend, a beautiful singer, and a great actress. She will always be remembered." Sources close to the rock icon have revealed that Faithfull's death has hit Jagger especially hard. According to an insider, the loss has left him feeling as though those closest to him are gradually falling away. Mick is hugely upset by Marianne's passing. The source shared, "They had been through so much together and were part of the same generation. Mick has lost some real close companions in recent years, namely his longtime partner, Ulren Scott, and his bandmate Charlie Watts. It feels like everybody close to him is slowly slipping away." A love story that defined an era. Jagger and Faithfull were one of the most talked about couples of the 1960s, embodying the rebellious spirit of the decade. Their relationship, which lasted from 1966 to 1970, was passionate, tumultuous, and highly scrutinized by the media. Faithfull, then an emerging singer, first met Jagger at a party in 1964. She was introduced to him by Rolling Stones manager Andrew Loog Oldham. At the time, she was already married to artist John Dunbar and had just given birth to their son Nicholas. However, her life took a dramatic turn when she embarked on a whirlwind romance with Jagger. Their love affair became one of rock and roll's most legendary relationships, filled with glamour, excess, and artistic inspiration. Faithfull was often considered the muse of the Rolling Stones. She famously claimed to be the inspiration behind one of their most iconic songs, "You Can't Always Get What You Want." Additionally, it is widely believed that she co-wrote the lyrics to Sister Morphine, a haunting song from the band's 1971 album Sticky Fingers. Despite her contributions, she was never officially credited at the time, leading to a legal battle for recognition years later. The couple's time together was marked by both artistic collaboration and personal struggles. Faithfull, already a rising star with hits like As Tears Go By, saw her career skyrocket in the 1960s. However, she also became deeply entrenched in the excesses of the rock and roll lifestyle, struggling with drug addiction during and after her time with Jagger. Their relationship ultimately ended in 1970, with Faithfull later describing it as both exhilarating and deeply destructive. Marianne Faithfull's legacy. Born in 1946 in Hampstead, London, Marianne Faithfull's career spanned more than 5 decades. She first rose to fame in the mid-1960s with her melancholic and haunting rendition of As Tears Go By, a song written by Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, and Rolling Stones manager Andrew Loog Oldham. The track became a major hit and established her as a prominent figure in the British music scene. Beyond her music career, Faithfull was also a talented actress, starring in films such as Girl on a Motorcycle, 1968, and Hamlet, 1969. She brought a raw, rebellious energy to her performances, mirroring her real-life persona. However, the 1970s were a turbulent period for Faithfull. Following her breakup with Jagger, she experienced homelessness and battled heroin addiction, which took a toll on her health and career. Her once angelic voice became gravelly and rough, a transformation that she later embraced as part of her musical evolution. Faithfull made a triumphant comeback in 1979 with her critically acclaimed album Broken English. The album, with its raw lyrics and new wave influences, re-established her as a formidable artist. She continued to release music throughout the decades, experimenting with different genres and earning respect for her ability to reinvent herself. In addition to her music, Faithfull was also known for her resilience. She survived multiple health challenges, including hepatitis C, breast cancer, and a near-fatal battle with COVID-19 in 2020. Her ability to overcome adversity endeared her to fans and cemented her status as a rock and roll survivor. Mick Jagger's recent losses. For Mick Jagger, losing Faithful is yet another heartbreaking moment in a string of personal tragedies. In 2014, his longtime partner, fashion designer Lauren Scott, tragically took her own life. The loss devastated Jagger, who was reportedly inconsolable in the aftermath. Just a few years later, in 2021, Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts passed away at the age of 80. Watts had been a core member of the band since its inception and was one of Jagger's closest friends. His death marked the end of an era for the Rolling Stones, leaving Jagger, Keith Richards, and Ronnie Wood as the last remaining members of the band's classic lineup. Now, with Faithful's passing, Jagger is once again confronted with the fragility of life and the fading of his generation. Despite his rock star persona and seemingly endless energy on stage, the reality of aging and loss is something that even he cannot escape. Tributes pour in. In the wake of Faithful's passing, tributes have poured in from fellow musicians, actors, and fans worldwide. Keith Richards, Jagger's longtime bandmate, shared a black-and-white photo of Faithful on Instagram, captioning it simply, "Rest in peace, Marianne." Other rock icons, including Patti Smith and Iggy Pop, also expressed their sadness. Smith called Faithful a warrior and a poet, while Iggy Pop remarked that her voice and artistry were unlike anyone else. Younger artists, including Florence Welch and Lana Del Rey, who have both cited Faithful as an influence, also paid tribute. Welch wrote, "Marianne Faithfull's music was a guiding light for me. Her voice carried so much pain and beauty." The end of an era. Faithful's passing feels like the closing of a significant chapter in rock history. She was not just a singer or an actress. She was a cultural icon who embodied the spirit of the 1960s and beyond. Her contributions to music and film, as well as her ability to reinvent herself despite immense struggles, will continue to inspire generations. For Mick Jagger, her death is a poignant reminder of the passage of time. While the Rolling Stones continue to tour and make music, the world that Jagger and Faithful once knew, the era of free love, rebellion, and artistic